everybody, I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we are here to take a look at the Calandra Tarot. This is a new release from US Game Systems, and by the time you see this, it should be available. At the time I'm filming it, it is on pre-order, but either way, I always put all the links in the description box below. The artist is Michael Calandra. The writer for the guidebook is Trish Sullivan. If you recognize her name, you probably know that she is the writer for all of the 78 tarot guidebooks. Fantastic tarot writer, fantastic fantasy writer, and this book is no exception. It's smaller than a 78 tarot guidebook. There's less real estate on the pages, but she still manages to get in there some world building, some charm, a good explanation for the cards. Like, it was a really good read. I sat and read the whole thing, and it didn't take me long. It took me about an hour. I went through the cards and the book, together, and it was just like a fun hour spent looking at tarot, and I just thought I was like, yes, Trish, she's back again. I'm not gonna get into 78 tarot. We're here to talk about Calandra, but if you want to hear my initial fascination with the 78 tarot decks, I did do a walkthrough of the 78 tarot magical when I got it, and I'll pop that up there for you if you want to see. So let's read the back of this, because I feel like this really explains all of the things that I would say about this deck. So it says the Calandra Tarot deck, created by fantasy artist Michael Calandra, is a mesmerizing work of luminous imagery inspired by traditional tarot. Calandra's hand-drawn art showcases depth, texture, and a palette of soft, glowing colors, resulting in a tarot deck that is both visually stunning and spiritually evocative. Each card was intricately designed by the artist using traditional mediums of airbrush, acrylic paint, and colored pencils. The 80-card deck includes 2 additional cards that explore the duality of life, as above and so below. The 120-page guidebook provides keywords and meanings, as well as instructions for reading the cards, including a self-awareness exploration spread, which is a specific spread that was made just for the deck. This was fun when I opened it and I saw the duality there, and I know that they were talking about the as above, so below. I thought that was cool. It does the same thing on the other side. Hang on, let me show you. It's neat, right? Maybe I'm easily amused, but okay, so here's the table of contents. The note from Michael says the Calandra Tarot deck was inspired by the traditional card descriptions and by listening to my own creative process. As I interpreted the tarot card images, I worked on the minor arcana cards in random order, working on whatever card spoke to me. And it was a strange experience as I felt the cards choose the order in which they would be done. Working on the major arcana, I took the Fool's Journey and let the cards lead me through in order. I felt this was the way they were meant to be completed. My artwork is created traditionally with airbrush, acrylic paint, and colored pencils. So the deck doesn't have like an overarching theme or anything like that, but it does stick very closely to the RWS, and it has like a fantasy feel to it. So if you like fantasy tarot, if you like a soft sort of dream-like image to look at when you're doing your tarot decks, or a lot of light. It almost feels like moonlight, or the way the light reflects off of the moon. That's the look that I feel like this deck gets. So if that's something that you're interested in working with when you're doing your tarot, I think you're gonna like this deck. You get the title, the keywords, and then her write-up for each card, and they're pretty good write-ups. We'll go through a major and a minor at the end, but they're the same amount for the majors and the minors. And then in the back, there's about the creators. There's some here's some credits for models, for photographers and model references, which leads me to think that it's possible that they used photographs and then painted from the photographs, because it says that they used paint, but the images, when you see them, they do look very realistic. So maybe they started with a photograph and then recreated the photograph, because I see all these model credits and all these photographer credits. That's making me think that maybe that's how they did it, but they don't explain that in here. So if anybody knows, let me know. I didn't go on the artist's website to check. There are some spreads in the back: past, present, future, and other 3-card spreads, and then a specific spread for the deck that was created just for this deck. And then that's the guidebook. and it fits nicely in the box. The cards are a little bit larger than a normal tarot size card. They're about the size of an oracle card. So if this is a Rockpool oracle deck, which is the same size as a Hay House, standard deck, you can see they are the same height. But if you're looking at a standard size tarot card, you can see that this standard size tarot card, the red one, is shorter than the Calandra Tarot. So the Calandra Tarot is just a little bit taller, but the same width as a regular size normal tarot card. They are about as tall as an oracle deck. Before we zoom in and take a look at the cards, I wanted to take a look at these two first. These are the two additional cards or bonus cards in the deck. You have As Above and So Below, and they actually fit together like this. And I wanted to be able to show you that before we zoomed in. So you have the tree and then its roots, right? And then they go together like this. And it does mention in the guidebook, gives keywords and stuff, and then it talks about how to do it. And then the keywords for the As Above are warmth, light, and hope. And then for So Below is intuition, wisdom, and power. And it says, I'm just going to flip this so you can see them both upright. But I wanted to show you how they work. And then it says, when you use the cards together, the tree of life is connected to its roots. Branches are illuminated in the sunlight, with roots extending into the twilight world. The connection of the opposites illustrates the duality of nature. These cards remind us that what we put out into the world comes back to us, like the reflection of a mirror. The idea is echoed in the card's images, with flora and fauna surrounding both figures. Mirrors show us the truth, but not always in a way we want to see it. And so that's kind of what these cards are. And we'll look at them up close, but I just wanted to show you how they work really quickly. Let's zoom in so we can take a look at them up close here. I just wanted to show before we zoomed in how the mechanics of them work. So here's the As Above. Beautiful. And you can see all the flora and fauna. And then the So Below, that's what they look like. And here are the backs up close, which kind of echo what's going on in the As Above, So Below as well. I love the backs of these cards. I think they're perfect. They're perfect for what they're going for this deck, which was spirituality meets realism, or the magical meets realism kind of vibe. I feel like they're really good. So that is the As Above and So Below. Let's keep it moving. Here's our Fool. And except for those two cards, all of the other cards just have a title bar at the bottom, and they're borderless on 3 sides. Of our little Fool. He looks so happy. I like this Fool so much. He just looks so joyful. The Magician. And here's our High Priestess. Sometimes when I look into these cards, when you look at them on the surface, especially if you're like me and you have, I wear glasses, so I have to zoom in to see all of those little bitty details. On the surface, I see a very solid, beautiful RWS deck, but then I start to look into deeply into the images, like really zoom in and look at stuff and textures and light and illuminations and designs on the clothing here that really kind of add to the symbolism, to the symbolic language of the cards. So I thought that was cool because it's not hidden. It's there. You can see it, but it's not as evident. So it's almost like it'll pop up when it's needed in that sort of magical way. Here's the Chariot. I love these Lovers card and how it's like they were interrupted. They were in the middle of enjoying each other, and then the angel came to say something and they stopped. And it's like they're having a conversation here. I think it says in the guidebook something about they're unafraid, unashamed as they were in the Garden of Eden, and then speaking with the angels and confirming that sort of link between divinity and man. And I just thought it was really beautiful. I thought it was a really beautiful way to illustrate this card. The Chariot, Strength. I like this one as well because it's like the lion is protecting her. She seems so demure and quiet, and she's not attacking the lion or trying to control him in any way. That lion is absolutely protecting her. He has his wings wrapped around her. He's like looking like he's going to attack anything that might come near her. He looks very fierce. That was such a smart way to depict the internal strength versus the parts of us that might stay a little bit more quiet. Because if they're the same person, this part that lashes out is trying to protect this part. It's not for nothing. So I like that. The Hermit. Here's the Wheel of Fortune with the merry-go-round in the background. Super interesting. Here's Justice. This Justice is so creepy. No eyes. I mean, Justice is often blind in tarot decks, but there's quite a few of them illustrated with no eyes. I think this one is the one that creeped me out the most, though. Here's the Hanged Man and Death. You can see them side by side here. Kind of cool the way they linked them with the skeletons. Temperance. Beautiful. Loved the use of the yin and yang, the black and white, all that balance of, light and dark. I thought this was very clever the way they did the Temperance card. They stay close to the RWS, and the RWS meanings are there, but the way that they illustrate them is just a little bit more modern, I think. Um, it makes more sense to the modern reader or somebody who is reading it now. So I like that. Star, the moon. I wouldn't call it a clone, but it's definitely, you can see, inspired by. Look at the sun. Look at him. I love the winking face in the sun. It's a little bit funny, some of these cards. When I saw the sun card, I was like, oh, this creator has a sense of humor. I like their personality already. The World, beautiful with the cats and the deer, and just, it's so lush. And then you have the twinkles and everything. Lovely. All right, then we get into our Pentacles. Looks like a cookie to me. The Two of Pentacles, we have sand dollars and some sort of siren or something. Look at this card, though. Look at that water in the background, the way the light reflects off of it. There's so much to look at in this card. And it's like, where will my eyes be drawn when I use it? Am I going to see that? Am I going to see this? The waves crashing, the boat. Is that what I'm going to notice? Am I going to notice the scales, the tentacles? So much to see. I loved this Three of Pentacles. Something about it just really felt so real, maybe magical realism, because it seems like it's realistic, but then it has this sort of dream world feel to it. But that card just felt so real, like something, it just felt very, I don't know, like something I could see in my life or walk into a library and find. I love this Five of Pentacles. There's just so many of these cards that I liked. Six of Pentacles, seven, eight, even to the details of what's on that picture in the background, what he's working for, what he's working towards. There's our Nine of Pentacles and the 10. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Modernized image of this courtyard. I want to go there. I want to vacation there. All right, so Page of Pentacles, the Knight, Queen, and the King. He definitely looks a lot older than her, right? Like if they were to be a couple, that might be a little bit of a age difference. Sometimes that bothers me. Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't. So here we have the Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. Look at the water in the background of this one. The water and that moon. Oh my goodness. Yes. The Three, very provocative. The Four of Swords. I like this one too because I felt like the stained glass, the woman in the stained glass, feels like she sees him, doesn't she? It's almost like she sees him and she's praying for him or thinking about him or missing him or something. There's a story there, I feel like, between those two. The Five of Swords, Six of Swords. It's almost like the fairy. This one is giving ferryman. I really thought that this door here was so interesting. When I saw this one, I thought, this, whatever's happening on this hill, these structures here look very almost like futuristic, almost feel like a dystopian story that I've seen in a movie or something. So then I'm like, okay, well, are we in the future or in the past? I don't know. Like the Seven of Swords, the Eight. I like how we're right up close on her in this Nine of Swords. We're like in the bed with her. I thought that this was cool the way they put the Decans as like a wheel on her blanket instead of the patchwork like we normally see. That was, I mean, there's like little changes like that just make it more modern and interesting to me. Page of Swords. Make it more appealing to my eyes now, you know. Queen and her king. In contrast, we look like we have an older woman and a younger man here. I never noticed that when I was going through it before, but I'm noticing it now. The Two of Wands. I love the glow on the sphere, on the globe he's holding, looking out over not water, but um, looking out over these fields, and stones. Almost like, I don't know, is that a labyrinth? I'm so curious to see what's beyond the wall, you know? The three the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, having a good old time. The Five, this one cracked me up. Their faces made me laugh. Especially this one. It's like, what is going on? From here until the Six, we have a lot of screaming people. So the Five of Wands, here's the Six of Wands, and even the horse looks upset in this one. And then we have our Seven of Wands. Very serious about the defense here. I thought that this one, when I was looking at this, the way that he's holding the wand and his face looks so serious, but the way that he's holding the wand and the way that he's standing and how he's missing one foot, it almost looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like he just picked up that wand and he's not like, this is not the stance of a person who knows how to fight with a wand, right? It's like he's just flailing, trying to defend himself, just trying to get his footing. He doesn't even have on a shoe. It was a very interesting position or stance that I thought that they put on this person. It took my mind in a different place. Here's our Eight of Wands, the Nine. Here's our 10. Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, Queen. This cat looks kind of like he has gray whiskers. I thought that was cool. And the King. This is the guy from the side of the box. There's not a lot of diversity in this deck, but there's a little bit. I saw a lot of people that look like they could be of Asian descent. I love the colors in this Two of Cups. I love a Two of Cups anyway, but these like fairies and snakes and purple and pink, I really enjoy this one. And there are a couple of people that have like brown skin, and then there are some older people and some younger people. I felt like when I was using the deck, even though a lot of the people did look to me to be, white, it didn't feel like I was looking at the same people over and over again. You know, everybody looked a little bit different. So, I like to see that in a deck. I do wish there was some more diversity, racial diversity. Seven of Cups. I love the way they put they did these cups. It was fun. It's almost like an apparition that is on the cup. Like maybe if you rub it, you can see it, or when someone waves their hand, you can see it, but when they don't, you can't. It's gone. It's just a regular cup. I thought that was really fun. All right, I'm gonna pick this up. If you don't like snakes, skip ahead because I love the way that this snake is like jumping out at you, you know, the perspective on that, and the way that the ghost has like escaped from the cup a little bit there. I thought that that was fun. Eight of Cups. Beautiful, 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 beautiful painting. Beautiful. The Nine of Cups. Love the way he illustrated her hair in this one. Very pretty. The 10. I don't know where they are or what time period or what. They look happy, you know. I like this one. I like this family. I think I like the rainbow, the mountain in the background. I thought that it could possibly be same sex. Um, so I like that as well. Just a little bit of more inclusivity there. So there's a Page of Cups. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. With this wave, and then it's almost like, you know, the fish have come out of the water, or maybe she's under the water. I don't know, but I like the composition on this one. There's the Knight of Cups walking through the water, wading through the water. Lovely, with the fish on his shield. There's our queen sitting on the shore, playing with the sea glass. And here's the king. It looks like he's making friends with an octopus. Here's the backs up close again. Let's give him a shuffle. Cardstock is the U.S. game systems cardstock that we're used to, the one that's like a buttery semi-gloss. It's matte but has a slight sheen to it, and it's buttery. It's not their linen stock or the glossy stock. This is the other one, the one that the original one. It is a little bit stiff. They are a little stiffer than the linen stock if you're used to that. So shuffling them does take a little bit more pressure. And because they're so long, they're not super long. They're only as long as an oracle deck. So if you can shuffle an oracle deck, you'll be able to do this. My hands are small. My fingers are short. So I cannot do it. I have to do it like this. So um, yeah, but I can get a clean shuffle on it like this, and they go together nicely and they glide nicely. This is a lovely cardstock. This is their OG, and I love this stock. Oh, look who jumped out, the Six of Pentacles. Who else we have here? I don't want the queen. I want to, all right, let's see if we can also get a major. Oh, look at that, the sun. Perfect. So we're going to read for the Six of Pentacles and the sun. Right, so if you would like to read it for yourself, here's the write-up for the sun. It says keywords: warmth, victory, joy. A gleeful child sits upon a white horse, a cushioned red blanket saving him from any discomfort he might experience on the way. The pale steed represents the purity of his intentions on his journey. Together they together they pause at a wall, the child smiling at the sight of bright sunflowers peeping over the barrier. The bright flowers encourage him to let him know that he too will overcome any obstacles in his way. Suddenly, the warm sun shining beautiful rays upon them becomes cheeky and winks at the boy, telling him with one look that everything will be okay. Shine brightly and let nothing dim your light and positivity. You have navigated your way through darkness and come out triumphant. The confidence you've gained, the success you have earned radiates from you. As you celebrate your achievements, confidence draws people to you like moths to a flame. Now your path is illuminated. Nothing will stop you. You can burn through the challenges or trials as they present themselves. And then the Six of Pentacles. Okay, if you'd like to read that one for yourself. Keywords: charity, generosity, balance. From his vantage point, the merchant can clearly see those in need. He vividly remembers a time when he stood in the shadows, poverty-stricken and hungry, watching the world pass by, unable to take part. The world has since been good to him. His current robes are decorated with ornate embroidered edging, their opulence illustrating his wealth. So now he reaches for his scales to measure out coins to share with those kneeling before him, reaching for his charity and aid. When you are tempted to give back, to share your wealth and gratitude for all you have achieved, remember, abundance ebbs and flows just as all aspects of life. Give sensibly, keeping some for emergencies, knowing that what you give today will be earned back tomorrow. Make certain your aid is practical. Check what your beneficiary needs most before you act to ensure your sincere generosity is seen clearly and not mistaken for an empty gesture. Wonderful write-ups. This Trish Sullivan is a fantastic writer of tarot guidebooks, and this book is no exception. There's some pairings. I haven't tried it with anything yet, but I have pulled out a few that I want to try it with, and we're going to try them together. So let's do that. This dreamy look to these cards remind me of Jody Bergsma's artwork. This is the one I've been playing with recently because I got a fairy deck in, and this is like, I think the only fairy oracle I have. So it made me pull it out. And this is also a US Game Systems oracle. I'm sure. I don't know if it's out of print or not, but if it is, then Jody Bergsma has another deck by them. It's the Animal Spirit Oracle. It's the same artwork. So it's a different deck because it's animals, but it's the same artist. But I think these might look nice together. So let's take a look. Okay, so we have the Lovers and the Hermit with Sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. So I don't know what medium Jody Bergsma uses. My mind is telling me it's oil paint, but I think her artwork is just as dreamy and luminescent as Calandra's. So I thought maybe they might look nice together, and I do like them. I like them here. Ace of Pentacles with the Six of Wands and Friendship. Also, this one feels, even though there's no like creatures or anything in here, it does feel a little fantasy. I don't know if it's the airbrush that's doing it. So I thought fairies, that could work, you know. And I don't think I was wrong. What do you guys think? I think that this looks pretty good. I think this is a solid pairing. The Empress and Temperance with awareness, and I love the gold on this card because we don't get the gold we normally get in the Empress card, so this brings it in. Action with the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Wands, and let's just do one more. Adversity with As Above and the Four of Pentacles. Look at that. So this card, it really does stand out against the others, doesn't it? So if you pull one, you definitely notice it. Yeah. All right. So I like that one. And again, this is the Magical Times. Did I say what this was? This is the Magical Times Empowerment cards by Jody Bergsma. I have two more US game stacks that I think might pair up nicely. Let's do Oracle of Mystical Moments first by Katrin Waldstein. This one is a collage deck. It's not photo collage. I think she's collaged paintings and then also done some drawings. It's like a mixed media. So we'll see. But it's also kind of dreamy. So I thought maybe. Well, let's see. We have the Knight of Cups with Sleeping Beauty's Dream and the Ten of Wands. What would Sleeping Beauty's dream be? To wake up? To be in love? I don't know. Have a home? Let's see. The Moon with the Flower Spirit and the Ten of Pentacles. The Flower Spirit is like tenderness and softness with the Ten of Pentacles and the Moon. Interesting. Abracadabra. What a keyword. With Devil and the Page of Cups. Ooh, Abracadabra and the Devil. And she kind of looks like she could be lording over people, tricking people and things like that, like the Devil card. How interesting. The Abracadabra, what a keyword. Under my umbrella, the High Priestess and Two of Cups. This deck is new to me, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. But yeah, I like this together as well. This is definitely another option in my collection that I think could go well with it. Oh, Sunny Day with the Four of Swords and Strength. One more. Eight of Swords, Weaving Flowers, and the Fool. Very nice. Okay, let's try Land of Giants Oracle deck. This is a new deck by Stephen Hutton. He has one of my favorites from last year's haul. He did the Raven's Wand Oracle, and this one is his newest one that just released not too long ago. Let's make a little space. And I'm really excited to. I've been using it, but I want to really get into like using it. So, and I think that these might look nice together because they don't use the same mediums, but they definitely have similar art styles, and they're both kind of fantasy. So let's do it. Yearning with the Eight of Swords and the Fool. Emperor and yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. Yourself coming out with the Nine of Pentacles, and she kind of looks the same. This woman looks like somebody I know. She looks like a friend of mine, and every time I see her face, it like really like I don't know because it says yourself, but it looks just like a friend of mine. It's so crazy. All right, so the Wheel of Fortune with blockage and the Three of Swords. And my friend, she also wears a Shayla. She wears hijab. So she would have like that scarf over her head in that same way. So it really looks like her, you know? So the World, Five of Pentacles, and Barriers. Let's push them together just a little bit more so we can see. All right, New Look with Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this one. This one I'm kind of like lukewarm about. The other two I really liked. This one, it's okay, but I don't like it as much as I did the other two. Animate with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And one more. Guardian. I like Guardian with the Seven of Wands. And the Chariot and the As So Below. Ooh, I like Guardian with So Below as well. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. Should we try the Raven's one? Maybe that will be the better pairing. Let's try it. The Raven's one has like a darker color palette. The other one is a little bit brighter, so maybe this one might. Because I don't know, I think my eyes didn't want to make those two go together. So let's try. Already this is looking better to me visually. So let's see. Strength Renewed with the Chariot and So Below. Page of Wands with Oak Endures and the Ten of Swords. It's about loyalty and dedication. Oak Endures is about loyalty and dedication. So you have loyalty and dedication with the Page of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Family Matters with the Six of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I prefer this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I love to hear it. Am I wrong, or is this one the better match? I don't know. I mean, they're definitely different energies, the decks, and they have different looks to them. Even though it's the same artist and the same style, it's a different deck, you know. And I think I like this one better with the Calandra Tarot. And the last one I wanted to try because of the luminosity of these cards and the way that they glow. And like I said, they feel to me like this is the Luminous Humanist Oracle cards by Kelly Sullivan Walden. This is the Blue Angel Tarot Oracle deck. They feel to me like as if I was like doing, I feel like these are going to be great for moon readings. And I'm really looking forward to trying them during moon readings. I really should try them with like a moon deck, shouldn't I? But I know they're not going to go with my preferred moon reading deck, but that's okay. I'm wondering how they're going to go with these. So let's try. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles and backstroke through your river of gold. We have Flossom with Death and the Page of Pentacles. Them tearing through this beautiful carpet. Turn up your radiance dial with the Ace of Cups and the Tower. Wow. And look at all of this electricity. The Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. It's all a story, so make it a good one. With two sevens, the number of contemplation and revision and planning with it's all a story, so make it a good one. So it's like, okay, before you just jump out there, really contemplate how you're going to make this story the best story. We're not going to just choose all of the, go with all of the choices or even be open to all of them. We're going to contemplate, we're going to take our time, and we're going to choose the best, most ripe apple in the bunch, right? And just and then we're gonna peel it and we're gonna make the best pie, right? We're gonna make the best story. So I think that I like this a lot. I think this might be my favorite pairing out of all of them, even though it's not the most visually beautiful, because it's very different artwork, and I still think they look good together. Living and loving in the fifth dimension with the hanged man, fifth dimension and the hanged man with the eight of pentacles. The star, how to win the game of life with judgment. And one more, and then we'll stop. They glisten when you listen, my favorite card. With the magician and the four of wands. If I had a walkthrough of any of the decks that I showed, I will pop them in the cards for you so that you can see more information about those oracle decks. But as far as this tarot deck goes, I like this. I do, like I said, wish that it had a little bit more diversity. That would just kind of make it, you know, it would step it up just a little bit more for me. But as far as the artwork goes, and the elements that pop forward and then go backwards, when I'm looking and reading with the cards, I like the guidebook. I like the choices that they made when depicting the cards. I like the way they look laid out, and I like the way they work with my oracle decks in my collection. So this one is solid for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. Links for where you can pick up anything you saw here today, if you'd like to get one for yourself, will be in the description box below, along with some other information that I always keep down there. If you're interested and then you have time, you can take a look. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.